This is Keelan. This is Keelan Sutherland for FTT122 for Daniel Szymanski. Week 1, Assignment 1 for FT122, Part 1. Articulate your current or superficial understanding of the 4 steps of ballistics: internal, transitional, external, and terminal, mentioned on page 4 of this week's text, and compare that knowledge to the descriptions found in other sources. Ballistics in general is internal, is what happens when the bullet is inside the weapon prior to expulsion from the barrel. Transitional, when the bullet exits the muzzle and the gases are no longer pushing the round out of the barrel. Terminal is what the bullet does in flight and subject to wind, gravity, movement. Terminal is what the bullet does when it hits the target, including penetration, change of shape of bullet, damage from the bullet onto the target in its final resting place. It says, and this, I looked up Hornady, and it had very similar information as the book. There was nothing new, nothing interesting in that regard. The next part of that is the internal ballistics can be affected by several factors, one of which is overpressure or underpressured ammo, incorrect ammo, burrs in the chamber, obstructions in the barrel, and a poorly maintained firearm, like rusty barrel and too much oil or things like that. Transitional ballistics can be affected by the crown of the barrel or an obstruction. External ballistics can be affected by wind, gravity, trees. The Coriolis effect happens past 600 meters. Rain, humidity, barometric pressure, heat, cold, angle of the shot, and the debris in the air like dust storms in Iraq or in the Midwest. Terminal ballistics can be affected depending on the target. If something is in front of the target, the round will hit the unintended target and miss the initial target. Other factors could be bone, thick hide, steel, location of the target, like changing, like an animal changing directions. Most of this review for the jobs I held, most of this is review for the jobs I held in the military, and pretty straightforward, and there were no real surprises for me during this intro. Next is part 2, describe the sectional density. It's the weight of the bullet relative to its diameter. If you cut a bullet in half, you will see the caliber, the diameter of the round, and the weight of the round is also included. In its most basic form, it's a mathematical equation that allows you to input the numbers into a ballistic calculator to figure out what you can expect from the terminal ballistics on a given round, or ballistic coefficient. Number 3, I chose bonded bullets, and because it's interesting, and I have them, I just don't have a lot of experience checking the aftermath. Bonded bullets have many advantages over non-bonded bullets. The primary advantage is the round stays together because the lead core is fused or soldered or chemically bonded to the copper jacket. There are some companies who have processes that are not advertised and considered trade secrets, so I can't talk to that. The process of bonding gives better penetration performance on thicker hide or bigger animals, and it fares better when shooting in hard objects like glass or vehicles in military and law enforcement applications. Since the bonded bullet stays together better than the non-bonded bullet, the round has greater potential to retain the weight and the shape to cause more damage to the intended target than non-bonded bullets. The one downside is the cost. More of the work equals more cost to the user. One interesting thing is when I was in Iraq, we were told to shoot lower in glass because our bullets weren't bonded correct. Well, they said to shoot lower because the armor-piercing rounds would hit higher once they hit the angle of deflection on the glass. So that was one of the interesting things about the bullets, and those were the M855 ball rounds. That concludes this video. If there are any questions, please let me know. Thank you, sir.